Don't not be Thibodeau. And here it comes. It's about to come in. Oh my God! They didn't. They took Sauce Gardner. Oh my God! They don't want an edge. Maybe he likes Jermaine Johnson at 10. Then we're not going to get a wide receiver.
Garrett Wilson, wide receiver.
Oh my God! No edge.
Who's sitting there?
The Jets traded up. The Jets traded up. Are we taking JJ? Are we taking JJ?
Because I know Braden is in New Zealand saying, we should get Lily, Mike. He's definitely saying that. JJ! We got Johnson! We got Johnson at 26! We got Johnson at 26! This is great! Yes! They took Roger McCreary. They didn't take Dean. We traded up. We can get the Kobe Dean. We can get the Kobe Dean. It really is. They took Breece Hall. They took Breece Hall. Wow. I mean, look, I love Breece Hall. But there's also Jeremy Ruckert, who I think is the best tight end in the class personally. They took Jeremy Ruckert. He took Jeremy Ruckert. Yes! We got a Jeremy. We got a Jeremy. Oh, and the Jets pick, and it's Max Mitchell, offensive tackle. We needed that. That's wow. We took Michael Clemens. I never heard of him. A defensive edge.
When you have a bad day, give up. Go home and sleep. Fuck it. Try again tomorrow.
All right, everybody. This is Jets Chaos. And wow, do I got a special guest with me? You know him. You love him. Say hello to Tony, the GM.
Hey, how are you guys? How are you, Jeremy?
What's going on? You called me and you said it's time that we start taking a better look, particularly at Ty Simpson. All these rumors going around that the Jets took him out to dinner. Everybody was there. Suddenly there's all this hype about Ty Simpson. And you know what? A lot of people give their opinions about it. They talk about it. Very few people are actually looking at the film. And I don't know if I'm going to get shut down for it, but there is an opportunity here that we want to be the ones that are actually, instead of talking about him, we're going to look at him with you and we're going to talk about him that way.
Exactly, Jeremy. I've been a Jets fan since the year after they won the Super Bowl. So I've gone through a lot, right? I mean, Think about it. Yeah. You can't be in a worse situation as a Jets fan, going through all this heartbreak over all these years. Now, what we both have is experience in being Jet fans and being football fans, and a little bit of knowledge of the game because we've been around a while. Now, my issue is the quarterback position. I come across a little bit hard when I talk about the quarterback position because I try to do an unbiased opinion. I look at all the quarterbacks and I put them through an actual rating system. It's very hard in today's society. Everyone has an opinion on the sport, but where are they getting their actual information from? I don't use statistics in my opinion. Okay? If you were the quarterback, Jeremy, and I was the quarterback and I dumped the ball off to you a yard in front of me and you took it 80 yards, knocked over 20 people, made 30, plays, right? First of all, you're an all-pro, right? All-pro running back, you would think. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, but what did I do? I didn't do anything as a quarterback. That's one of the major issues with stats when you're evaluating the quarterback. The next thing is, you guys realize that the NFL's a money game, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is.
Right. So what happens is that quarterbacks are super hyped by the media, by ESPN and so forth. So people follow the hype and they're not looking at the actual quarterback.
Yeah.
Are you good?
Yeah, everybody follows the hype. It's amazing. I mean, we've done it as a joke. We've put a name out there, and within a month, we have 30, 40 people yelling that name.
Right, exactly. Okay. Now, expert opinions on ESPN, they come out and say things just to get people to follow them, right?
Right.
Right. Now, I could sell you a quarterback. Me and you could get together, look at tape, find you 3-4 games of a player.
Uh-huh.
And we could find 3 or 4 highlights and tell you how great a player is.
Right. But that's what we see on YouTube all the time. People use highlights to spin any narrative they want.
No, but I'm going to use a couple. I'm not going to put out YouTube, so I'm not going to say that.
Well,
right?
That's the thing. We're not doing a highlight video. We're not taking 15, 20 plays of an entire career. We're going to look at a game film.
Right. The issue is when they do that, they'll pick a play and say, look at Mendoza's deep ball, or look at, this from this one, or look at this. If you look at the complete 1,000 plays that he has on film, you get a totally different outcome, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What's next on? Route trees, right?
Yeah.
What did we miss with quarterbacks? What did we miss with Zach Wilson?
We missed the fact that he only had 3 passes that he can complete, 3 types of passes on the route tree that he was capable of completing.
Right. I mean, that was a big miss, no?
It was a huge miss. I mean, it's like the tape, when you watch it, makes it look so good, but you don't realize that every play he's running around out of the pocket, and then he throws it to a guy coming across the field that's right in front of him. Or he throws it as far as he can, around 55 yards to one spot, and that's all he was capable of doing.
Okay. Now, I'm going to go over this. I made quarterback trees, where to draft them from. Okay? I actually did a video on this. Quarterbacks 6'2" and under. What weaker arm talent? In the history of the game from 2000 to 2021, I could give you Breeze.
Sure,
I could give you the old Cincinnati quarterback. Or what's his name? You remember?
The old Andy Dalton.
Right. And I could give you Tua. Go down the list, Jeremy.
Yeah.
300 guys drafted.
Right.
Okay. He counts 3 of them.
Right. 3 quarterbacks under 6'2".
That made it.
Right.
A little bit, maybe. Tua might be out of the league soon.
Yeah, it is amazing when people insist that these things don't matter. I don't care how tall he is, and just ignore statistics. It's the same. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Quarterbacks 6'2" and under, what huge arms and arm talent? There's a few of them.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers? Mayfield?
It's a great one, but these guys have big arms.
Right. You agree with everything I'm saying.
Right. The combination of, basically what I'm hearing is the combination of a weaker arm, not having a super strong arm, and being under 6'2". If you're 6 foot and you don't have a strong arm, statistically, you're probably not going to be a great quarterback in the NFL.
Right. Now, the thing is, the 3 quarterbacks I mentioned, they all had arm talent, the ability to throw with touch.
Right.
Right.
Oh my God! In his prime, Aaron Rodgers. My God.
Exactly.
Unbelievable touch.
Now, 6'2" and over quarterbacks with limited arm talent. There's not that many of them either, maybe. Cousins is considered one. You don't see a lot of that going on. Correct? I mean,
sure.
Okay. The key is arm strength plus arm talent. Above average arm strength plus arm talent is a key. The ability to throw it, big arm plus the ability to throw a touch is a good place to shop for a quarterback. Okay? You get the 6'2" and over guy that has both. That's a great place.
Yeah.
to look at a quarterback.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, look, I mean, if you want to start at what statistically works, I'm thinking that's why I love you. Always have to look and consider big guys, strong, big arms with with touch, like arm talent. Like you have to. I mean, you have to look at those. I mean, just if you look at the history of the NFL and who and who works out in the NFL, I mean, it doesn't mean it's impossible for someone smaller, but it just means that statistically you're giving yourself an edge right there.
Exactly. Okay. Now, the other thing that I look at, right? We're looking at a 1-year starter in Simpson. I mean, that by itself, if that's not a warning sign, I can't tell you where to look for a quarterback. Okay. The number of quarterbacks that made it with 1 year of actual starting ability, I believe Murray is still alive. Okay, no, he's on a minimum contract right now. Looking, seeing if he could develop a place to play.
Right.
Who was the old Panthers quarterback? The big Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, yeah.
I believe he played 1 year. But do you notice the difference in size and ability?
Yeah, I mean,
right?
Cam Newton was a big guy.
Exactly. You can hide your flaws a lot more when you're built like that.
Right. When you're a big guy, especially when you had the legs he had, like the running ability too.
Okay. So now that we're looking at all these things, I'm not too keen on drafting Ty Simpson, might be even before we start. Okay. Now, right. I'm a history buff. We talked about players drafted second round or later, how many made it. That was 3%. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not someplace. If somebody dropped in a draft, they drop for a reason. Correct?
Yes.
So these are all major issues. This is why we totally missed the position. Now, the other thing with the quarterback trees, there's a special quarterback tree that I want you to pay attention to. I made it up myself. It's hero ball. Okay? Sam Darnold wasn't protected, supported in New York. Yes or no?
He was definitely not supported. I mean, come on. We all know he wasn't supported. Look at the look at the roster that played for him. Look at the offensive line he played behind. Jeez.
Exactly. Okay. You do realize the same thing happens in college, right? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I could create a perfect team with a perfect coach, a perfect support. You could create the perfect team, John, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect coach, perfect support, perfect supporting kid, great organization, great ownership, great scheme. Have patience with the ownership. You could have a perfect surrounding for a quarterback, okay? Mark Sanchez?
Yeah,
you remember?
Couldn't have had it better than him, man. He had I mean, I don't care what people say. He was put in the greatest situation. Maybe of any Jet quarterback we've ever had. Who's been in a better situation than him?
That's exactly why the NFL misses undrafted quarterback. Because when you're looking at college quarterbacks, the same exact thing you need to look at, okay? Are they being supported? What's the scheme? You're comparing apples and oranges. You need to first look at the quarterback's actual skill set.
Right.
And that's why we missed. We could sit here all day and look at a play and somebody's going to show you he made a bad read, okay? That's coaching, John. Okay? Everything good you're saying about this particular quarterback is coaching. He has good footwork. He has good mechanics. It's coaching. If you I'm going back to you again, okay? If you're quarterback A and there's another quarterback B, quarterback A's played under the coach's son his whole life, He knows how to read defenses, and he knows how to do A, B, and C. Well, you're quarterback B, Jeremy. You never played the game, strolled up to it. They said, hey, you're playing quarterback. Never had an ounce of coaching in your life. Who has more room for growth, Jeremy?
The guy with very little coaching.
Right. That's a major issue with the NFL drafted quarterbacks. Okay, I clearly identify places. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's true. I mean, how many times have I heard somebody say, basically, if you play quarterback for Ohio State, there's a certain percentage of our fan base that's gonna, whoever the quarterback is for Ohio State, oh, we got to draft them. I mean, like, when are people gonna learn? Everybody that plays for that team, they're gonna recruit a guy talented enough that's going to excel playing on that offense with the receivers they bring in. Like, it's just crazy, that's the basis. It's like basically your favorite quarterback for the Jets to draft is basically always going to be the guy that plays for Ohio State or Oregon, or it's always going to be that guy, and not figure out maybe it's just that every quarterback that is any college quarterback with any ability at all is going to look like the guy you're going to want to draft when they play for that particular team.
Jeremy, the reason I want to do these videos with you is because you have the right mindset for it. Okay? There's 4 trees I identified in college football when it comes to teams. It's Alabama, Ohio State, Miami now. They have a good coach over there, and Oregon. Okay? They had 4. If you notice, Raiola went to Oregon, right?
Yeah.
That kid knows exactly what he's doing. He has a skill set, and he's going to a place where he's going to be fully supported, and he's going to have everything he needs to show that he's a good quarterback. Okay? Mensa, Duke, right? What did he do? He went to Miami.
He's going to be a name people are talking about next year for sure. People,
right?
Mensa,
but you're describing quarterback height.
Right.
Okay. If you played for whoever and you produced at a lesser level because you don't have the support that they have, go look up who Tua was throwing to when he was at Alabama. You will fall off your chair if you think that didn't help him get drafted. Right or wrong?
Definitely.
Had 6. Right. Look at Ohio State's past quarterbacks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I mean, that's what I do, yeah. I mean, sometimes they're going to still draft a great player, but those teams might actually get quarterbacks, but you can't just go by the statistics and say, oh, this guy was successful there without looking at film.
Right. Exactly. Okay, but I'll give you Howard as an example.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, this is a perfect example. He dropped back into coverage. He's throwing to all pro wide receivers. The kid never hit an inside throw past 43 yards. After his first read, the kid couldn't complete a pass. After his first read, he was horrible. His turnover rate after his first read was 7%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, something incredible like that. Okay, I'm doing it off the top of my head. Right? The issue is that you need to look at the entirety of the kid's film when you're drafting a quarterback, and this is where we miss consistently. You have to try to figure out something that lessens the difference between a quality program like Ohio State and a lesser program that doesn't have the support for the quarterback.
I think we should get started.
Right.
Let's do this. So these are the games that we have. Which game did you want to look at?
We could start when he was playing good. You know what? Let's start with the Georgia game.
Okay, 1 sec.
You make it larger?
I'm making it as big as I can. Hold on right now. Here we go. Okay. Okay. That's about the best I'm going to be able to do.
That's fine.
Okay. You guys ready? This is up. This is his opening play. So this is raw film. So it's just going to go through each of his plays. I believe we're going to see 2 different camera angles of it. So here he is in, obviously in shotgun. He's got good pocket. Is that his fault? It didn't look like his fault. Let's look at this pass. He's got a nice clean pocket. A little bit of pressure. He felt it.
Okay, now hold on. Put in pause.
I got it. In pause.
Oh, okay. What people see is a drop. Okay. Right. What people see is a drop. If you look at the entirety of this film, which I do, he throws the ball one speed. He can't layer throws. You see where that ball is. The ball cannot be dropped in by Ty Simpson. He doesn't have the arm talent. I watched every play he ever makes. The read is good. He's in a protected pocket. It's a layered throw. You see the guy jumping in the middle there?
Yeah.
Okay. Low trajectory balls. He got so many on film that could get intercepted, will be knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and will be broken up. But people don't see this. He's also a stationary receiver, Jeremy. You're not seeing moving targets with this quarterback. People don't watch the film. Did you see what I just saw?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to be honest. What I thought that I liked. I'm going to be very honest. What I would have said, right? What I would have said, and I'm not arguing with the things you just pointed out, was wow, he threw in between the seams, like he threw in between the quarterback and the safety. You know, but I hear what you're saying that we haven't seen the rest of the film we have to watch. You're saying, yeah, but all his balls are that speed. Right, and he should have been able to drop it in with a little bit more touch.
That right there is one arm talent. The definition of arm talent is the ability to deliver the ball at different trajectories, different ball speed, okay? That low trajectory ball speed that this kid has will be eaten alive in the pros. And it's the same exact issue. The ability not to hit the players deep in stride is the same exact issue that Zach Wilson had, that nobody even commented on. Keep on going.
Well, this is a scramble play. We just saw the different. This is a new camera angle of it,
right?
Which is fine.
He's not a high-end athlete.
Well, we see that in college. We see that in college all the time, right?
Right. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, you got to look at reads. You have to look at everything, Jeremy. You know what to look for.
Right. Well, here's 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. Got all day. Wide open receiver. Drops it.
Okay, now, what did you just see and what did you just say?
I said he dropped it, but that definitely was not an in-stride pass.
Okay. What did you just see and what did you just say?
I said he dropped it.
Right. What did I see?
He had a wide open. I want to say he had all day a completely clean pocket, and he had a wide open receiver.
Okay, that's number one. You're correct. There's another thing wrong with the play, Jeremy.
Okay.
Run it by again.
Okay. Look how he's pulling up. You see he's pulling up right there. That's him.
Look where
That's
he
him.
ran to.
Right.
Look where he ran to, and look where the receiver is. Where's the receiver, Jeremy?
He's in the middle, like looking backwards, but he's slowing down. He's planting on his left foot right now because the ball's underthrown.
I'm going to explain what I see. The receiver is directly in front of Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson put himself exactly in that lane. The catchability in that ball, by the way, is a lot harder when you put the ball there. He should have led him to the left on the throw. Number one. Number two, the major issue is the kid lacks touch, Jeremy. He has to put himself in front of that play. He ran to that particular spot where he was to throw the ball. Did you see that, Jeremy?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. This is Zach Wilson, buddy. I'm sorry. Keep on going. I'm not being harsh, guys. I'm telling you.
But you're still going to get the argument. You're still going to get the arguments that and I'm just being honest, people are still going to say, yeah, but, if that receiver just holds on to that football. Right. But I get it.
Okay. In his entirety of tape, he has we'll count that throw right there as a catch. He has one other one on a deep post in front of him, and he has 3 throws directly on the sideline going deep.
Yeah, we're going to keep
tape.
We're going to keep watching. We're going to keep watching. So so we'll see it. But the receiver,
not in one game, you're not going to see it.
Right, yeah. not in one game, but that's why we're going to watch a few games. But hey, the receiver dropped the ball. It definitely had to slow down for that football. I'm not saying every quarterback, every throw should be perfect. I'm calling it as I see it. I'm being honest. He did not hit him in stride. The guy was wide open. He had to slow down to get to that football. Should have caught it still, but I understand what you're saying. It should have been easier to catch.
The key point is, Jeremy, he can't judge distance, and he has to place himself in front of that ball, in front of that player. You're going to see it all over his film. Okay. Keep on going.
Well, this is we get to see it twice, so this is the bad camera angle. Okay, so we're going to see what that looked like. It looks like a good sideline throw, but here we go. This looks like under pressure, but right?
Okay. Well, listen to me. You see this throw? I want you to look at the trajectory. I want you to look at the receiver. Okay. Look where he is, exactly on his side. He's throwing to a point. Okay. That ball was out. He was throwing to that point on the field. He can't hit targets that are going vertically at all. That is a major issue. You can't get by with this. You can't.
All right, the guy's standing there.
Look at the trajectory of that ball, Jeremy. Also, look at the speed he's throwing it. You could see the trajectory, how low that ball is. The anticipation on the throw is not there. Okay? His catchability on his balls are also a lot harder because they're coming in at a lower speed and having vision issues with the wide receivers.
Takes the handoff.
There you go, right there. That's a dropped interception. Did you see it?
Yeah. That I have to say, and I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be unbiased. I'm letting you do the analysis. That I have to say made my stomach turn because that was Zach Wilson in that play. That was exactly what Zach Wilson did.
No.
Constantly.
Okay, right. Listen, Jeremy, we got to be unbiased, right? Here's my thing. A lack of arm strength, right? Right. Lack of arm strength makes the kid throw a low trajectory. That ball right there was not only a bad decision, he doesn't have the athletic ability to make that throw.
I want to point out because a lot of people are going to think it's who watch the video back who don't get to say it. They're going to say it in the comments because it happens every time. We're going to use the hard games for all the quarterbacks that we look at film for. So we understand that Georgia has a very good defense. And we understand that we're looking at one of the harder games he's playing in, but we're going to be fair and do that for every quarterback we look at film because we want to make it as realistic to what they're going to look like in the NFL as possible. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Great point, Jeremy, because that's the thing. First off, we're looking at, if you don't look at the toughest games when you're looking at a quarterback, what do you think the transition is going to be to the NFL? If you think Georgia is an actual NFL team, okay, the coaching and the athletic ability of the players in the NFL are at a totally different level. There's high-quality NFL talent at Georgia, and you're looking at a kid that you want to put the number one pick on. Okay? You have to be real when you're drafting quarterbacks. I'm not being harsh on the quarterback. I do the same thing for every quarterback. Okay? I don't do it just for Ty Simpson. I'll do it for every quarterback out there. I see what I see. That was a bad throw.
Yeah. Guys, we have Tony, the GM here, who's on the line, doing this analysis, breaking down the film, just sharing with us where he gets his opinions. This is, where he get, why he comes up with his opinions. I wanted to make sure, like you'll see Tony, the GM in a lot of Jet streams talking about quarterbacks. And this is just inside his mind. This is why he has his take. This is the way he sees it, the film. He's not, he's backing up everything he says in his takes and by showing you how he sees the game, how he sees the film.
Now, one other thing, Jeremy, great point. I listen well, okay? If somebody says something, I take that information in. I'm not the one to say, Zach Wilson is the quarterback, guys, because they told me. I go look at it. Okay, the same thing right there, okay? Look at that play. You saw the trajectory of that ball, correct?
I'm going to keep pausing it.
This is important, guys, okay? And also look where he threw that ball. It was in front of the defender. He had a point to throw the football to. The defender's coming. He had to put the ball there. He cannot hit a vertical moving target. It's all over his film. You can't take that. Every throw you will see on a vertical plane looks exactly like that. He's throwing to a point. I know what I see, guys. It's the same exact thing that Zach Wilson had an issue with. That is a low trajectory ball. It's still thrown hard, and he's throwing it in front of that defender. He's throwing it to the 35-yard line, wherever he's throwing it.
Right. And I don't think there's anything. Obviously, he executed the play the way he was supposed. I just want to clarify. You're not saying, oh, he didn't do what he was supposed to do. He didn't do, that was exactly what he was supposed to do. That's what he was told to do. I want to relate it back to people. You're saying that doesn't make him an NFL quarterback. You're saying the ability to throw it to the 35-yard line, to that point. Yes, he executed that play fine, just the way his coaches wanted him to. You're saying it just doesn't make him an NFL quarterback because he's able to do that.
No, not even that, Jeremy, okay? He made the right read on this play, right? We're discussing arm talent on the kid, okay? If you notice the jumping, there's not a single touch throw on this kid's film. It's not good. You can't get by with a quarterback who only can make his particular throws. This throw that we just saw was almost, you had a defender jump for the ball again. Run it back, okay? You can't get by with this in the NFL with high-end NFL defenders. They're going to knock this kid down. They're going to break up plays. You can't pick and choose plays like you saw with Zach Wilson. Okay, that's a low. The guy actually jumped because that's a low pass. That's not a high trajectory pass. You can't get by. You need anticipation. You need to throw the ball earlier. You need to get the ball there with the right touch on the play. You're not seeing it with this kid.
Okay.
And the kid standing again. It was a stationary target. You got to be able to hit the moving targets, guys. Keep on going.
What's great is he gets all kinds of great statistical help from this play, which is so funny to me. Because when people who look at box scores, this is why I can't stand looking at box scores. Because this is a completion with lots of yardage. But you know, I could make that play, right? And it's not a knock on Ty Simpson. I'm just saying it's every quarterback in college. Sometimes this is why you can't only look at stats. I just want to point that out. Like plays like that always remind me. This is why you can't look at box scores.
Jeremy, that's why I picked you to do this because you understand it. Okay.
And there's nothing against Ty Simpson on this play. He did nothing wrong here. He did exactly what he was coached to do. I'm just saying, this is not like if you're just looking at box scores, this is the problem. Because you know, like there's lots of college quarterbacks that have and players that have amazing stats because of plays like that. Because they're just just really well called plays and designed plays.
Now. The major issue with drafting quarterbacks is because they're looking at the wrong thing. Okay, you need to look at the kid's arm talent first and foremost. The difference between keeping them force for them. The difference between a quarterback. You're drafting the quarterback. Okay, you can't look at the supporting cast. You can't look at the stats. You have to look at what the quarterback is actually doing. Okay. That's why they miss on that position. You said the last video that we made that even in the pros, how many quarterbacks could you name that are really elite level? A lot of the quarterbacks in the pros have that great coach, have that great San Francisco, Jeremy. What do you think?
Yeah, great coach.
They got a great place to send the quarterback, no?
I mean, it just feels like every quarterback that goes there has success.
Purdy and the other one, Jones, are interchangeable for them.
Right. Everybody thought Brock Purdy, they struck gold. Don't get me wrong. He's good. He's able to execute that system really well. But then when you see everybody else that they ever stick in there do the same thing, you're like, oh, okay. There's such thing as a system.
Right. Now, I want to go to building the system, supporting the quarterback, right? The Jets are in a great position to draft the right quarterback, Jeremy. You can't blow it on the wrong kid. Let's keep on going.
And for Ty, I certainly was not accusing Ty Simpson of all his stats being from cheap plays like that. That was meant very in general for all quarterbacks, all players, why we can't. Why you have to go deeper than the box score. That's all that was. I'm just explaining why you have to look at film. You can't go by box scores. I'm not particularly picking on Ty Simpson because of that play.
We do this with all quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next play.
Wow, that was well, did he drop that? Oh, wait a second. Watch this play. Oh, that was a terrible pass.
Okay, now here's the thing. Hold on again, okay?
I'm going to go back and do that again.
That's a low pass. I mean, you know what, Jeremy? Everybody makes bad throws.
Sure.
I'm not even knocking the kid on that. Okay?
Right. I mean, the receiver, again, has to catch and hold on to that. I don't care.
Right. But that's why you don't use stats, positive or negative for a quarterback.
Right. Right.
Okay. Well,
right. It's the same. It's the same thing. Sometimes we say, "Oh, the quarterback only had 60% completion percentage," and then you'll see plays like this all game long where the receivers are dropping passes.
Don't move this down. Now I want to get to the real nitty-gritty of drafting a quarterback.
Okay.
Okay. How many big-time NFL throws did we see so far?
I haven't seen a big-time throw yet. Not this game. Not yet.
Right. Okay. That's a major issue. Now, I talk about something called, nobody even brings this up either, throw processing, okay? The ability to actually match the proper throw to the play. He missed his throw. He put it in the wrong spot. I'm talking about the speed of the ball, the trajectory, the real definition of on talent. Ty Simpson doesn't have it. There's two quarterbacks in this draft that do have it.
Okay.
Only two that have that exact skill set. The ability to look left, come back right, and instantaneously process not just his throw, the type of throw that you need. You ever look at somebody follow reads? You've seen this, Jeremy. Look left, come across right, and throw the perfect touch pass on the perfect play and lay it throw. You've seen great plays like that, correct?
Oh yeah.
Right. There's none of that on Ty Simpson's film.
Okay.
None.
Well, we're gonna keep looking, and guys, we have Tony the GM here breaking down the film. I'm giving his perspective of looking at the Ty Simpson film. This is how he sees it, how he comes up with his takes. So when you see him in the chat giving his takes, you know what's behind his thinking, whether you agree with it or not agree with it. Let's watch this play.
Everybody talks about producing stats, Jeremy. They're not talking about a quarterback making 20 special plays in a year to help your team win games.
Now, this is a play that people would call, like, this is a highlight play, right? A lot of people would want to know how you see a pass like this. This is a touchdown pass. You know, on the surface, to me, it looks like a beautifully placed pass with enough touch. But you tell me what you're seeing when you see this. Explain it.
I'm seeing that it is a protected pocket. He has this throwing lane. It's a 15-yard, a-yard pass, and he needs to make this throw. The problem with the quarterback, right? There's nobody home, Jeremy. He's a wide open player. The problem with processing, okay, it's not stats, Jeremy. It's not plays like this. This isn't where you find your quarterback. You don't get credit doing stuff. I'm gonna use the word shit. You don't get credit doing things that you're supposed to be doing. You want to look at the entirety of the film. That was still a low trajectory ball. Did the ball come out on time? You're looking at, Jeremy, when you're looking at anticipation, you're looking at play design by the coordinator. Everybody gets credit for certain things. You find your quarterback. I don't want to say where you find your quarterback because I think me and you should be getting paid on how to find a quarterback.
Yeah.
You find your quarterback on continuation plays. You find your quarterback on the broken plays. You find your quarterback on the big time throw. Not on that play, John.
Okay. So obviously you have somebody who's not a fan. Joe the Jet 6560, thank you for the super chat, says, is that Tony? I'm not a GM. So okay, we have someone who doesn't agree with you, but you know, that's you know, everybody's right.
You know what? I hate to break it to you. I look at the film, I put everything I see on. They have their opinions, everything's based on whatever. Time will tell. I'm sitting on the Zach Wilson one and the my guy from last year, Shuck, and I'm smiling.
Right.
Let's keep on going.
Right. You did nail Shuck. There's no question. And you were the most vocal that Zach Wilson was a bad pick. I will give credit where credit is due. Mark, again, wants you to repeat the two quarterbacks that you think do have the talent and the arm talent and everything.
That's coming later with us.
Okay. Always appreciate this. Always appreciate the super chats, guys. Thank you.
Mark, let me tell you, you know football. I know you understand football. You're all over the internet here, and you do a lot of good stuff when it comes to talk, and you're very polite on it too. Let's keep on going.
Let's watch that again.
I didn't even see this one. Now, look how hard he throws that ball, Brandon. Okay? He needs to get rid of the ball earlier and get the ball out there. You could see his arm moving. Okay? Mm-hmm. The anticipation on these throws is non-existent.
I want to look at this again. In fairness to the people who like Ty Simpson, you're ripping apart every throw he makes.
No, Jeremy, I'm looking at the whatchamacallit. I'm looking at the ball trajectory, the anticipation. Okay, we're not looking at this.
Right, I got you.
Do you see how they where he cut and where he threw the ball, John?
Yes.
Okay. You see the distance on the out pattern.
Okay, the receiver is in motion, coming across the middle in front of him, but he is moving. He's not a stationary target.
And where is it?
Oh, looks okay, right?
Right, where is it?
What do you mean, where is it?
Where's the throw on the field?
Where's the what on the field?
Where did he throw the ball on the field?
In the center, in the middle of the field.
Right up the hash, right up the marks. Who's directly in front of him? Did you notice that?
Yeah, of course.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say. He lacks depth perception, John. That's why he throws the ball. If you see where he's throwing the ball, it's a stationary target. It's after the cuts. He's throwing to a point. You see where that ball is? He's on line with him. The depth perception is cutting across, leading a receiver. That's what's missing with this kid.
So Tank, I'm playing the entire game. I'm not, this is not edited. This is the entire game. So I just want you to know that. There's no editing here. I'm not showing specific plays. We are going in order. I'm playing every play, every offensive play of this football game. Just so you know, whether you disagree or don't agree, I don't want anybody to think that we've selected plays. We did take a hard game on purpose. We're admitting that. Any quarterback that we look at film for will be the hard game. We are going to look at their bad games. We are, for sure. So there's no question. We knew this was a game. Well, it's not that, like, statistically, I don't know if it was such a bad game or not, but we are looking at a games where he's playing against the best defense possible for us to learn about him. So, and this is not selected plays. This is every single play in consecutive order. We showed his touchdown pass, right? We're showing the completed passes. We're showing the incomplete passes. There's no bias in how I'm doing this because that's me. I'm just playing the game. That's all we're doing is going through the game.
Okay, now let me explain something, Jeremy. What I am saying, right, is that Ty Simpson throws the ball at one speed. Ty Simpson lacks depth perception. He needs to throw it to a certain point on the field. He threw that ball directly in front of him. This is exactly what was the issue with Zach Wilson. He throws a low trajectory ball. You can't say otherwise looking at what this film. This last play was a ball thrown directly in front of him. He can't judge depth. He also has an issue with anticipation. He is a see it, throw it quarterback. Now, I could talk until I'm blue in the face. You are not going to change the fans' opinion of Ty Simpson, okay, on a video like this. They could have their opinions. We're only seeing what we see.
Well, the interesting thing about this and the interesting about football is, like you said, in 5 years, we're going to know, maybe sooner, right? I'm picking 5 years as an arbitrary amount of time because that'll be his whole rookie contract. We're going to know if he's good or bad. Like, all of this is going to be answered. You're either going to be wrong or right. You know what I mean? And I'll say you were right about Zach Wilson. You were right about Shock. Last year, nobody liked Shock. I hate it when people say, yeah, we did know about him. No one knew about him. He was a 6th-round projected pick when you started talking about him. It wasn't until after the Senior Bowl that anybody said this guy's name. So, like, I want to make sure you get the credit that you deserve. Now, I don't know what Shuck's whole career is going to look like when it unfolds. I know he looked very good against the Jets. I was very impressed by how he played against us. Not that we were very good. He also had some other good games. So I want people to understand, you don't have to get crazy emotional about this. We're going to know the answer. You're going to get to see. And we can revisit this, in a few years. We can look back at this and we could say, was this analysis wrong or right? Like, all of this is going to be proven wrong or right. The question is, if you're right, you guys, if you're right, you're going to say I was right, right? Like Tank for Ty is going to say, I told you, if he ends up being a great quarterback. If he's a bust, you have to be able to say I was wrong. If he's a bust, you have to be able to say I was wrong. And I'm tired of the excuses. There are still people out there making excuses for Zach Wilson. These guys on his 4th team. Like, stop, So I will not deal with people like that. Zach Wilson was a bust, right? There's no excuses for it. He was a bust. So if Ty Simpson ends up being a great quarterback, he's a great quarterback. A good quarterback, he's a good quarterback. If he ends up being terrible, I'm not going to listen to, oh, yeah, but it was the team he went to. It's nonsense already. Great quarterbacks are going to be great quarterbacks regardless of where they're drafted eventually. They're going to show promise. They're going to show that they have skills. They're not, and you saw what happened with Sam Darnold. We didn't give him an offensive line. We gave him a crappy roster. He went on, and he eventually ended up developing into a very good quarterback that just went to and won a Super Bowl. Right? Right. Okay. Just how to say that.
Tom, not only are you right on everything you just said, right? Everybody, they think I'm attacking this kid. Okay? We looked at the plays, and I'm explaining the play and what I see. That's all I'm doing. This kid does throw a 1-speed, low trajectory ball.
Okay.
You've seen it. Have you seen a touch play yet, John?
We definitely, in this game, at this point, in the film we've looked at, there has not been a touch pass. I'm not saying that means he can't throw one from where I'm sitting, right? I'm only saying that we have not seen one in the film we've looked at so far. And I don't think anybody can argue that. There has not been. And if they do argue that, then maybe they just define what a touch pass is differently.
Right. Also, you're seeing protected pocket. You're seeing clean throwing lanes. You're seeing receivers in front of defenders. You're seeing throwing to a point. Everything, even moving targets horizontally, not vertically, are thrown to a point, Jeremy. He threw it right on the line in front of him. I'm saying there's a huge depth perception issue with this kid. I'm not being hard on the quarterback, guys. I know you're fans of the quarterback. The issue is, right, people, you're a Jet fan, you want a quarterback, you hear things good about a quarterback, and you're like, yes, we have a chance to get a quarterback. That's what people do. That's human nature. I want to draft the right quarterback. I want to win a Super Bowl, okay? This team has a chance to finish building this roster. If they had an elite quarterback prospect, there's no reason to get another Mark Sanchez. I'm telling you guys to just listen to what I'm saying. You could be fans of whoever you want. Let's go.
Okay. Okay, so that's just a simple screen pass. Let's see. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's just a neutral play, right? I mean, even his biggest.
Right, exactly.
I mean, we're not criticizing it. I don't think anybody's going to say that's why we're drafting him. It's fine. He executed a small.
But you know what, though? Right, Jeremy. The thing is that there aren't any high-level plays at a high level.
I'll admit, I'm laughing at this next play because I don't care how people. That is the same kind of pass. He just like the pass on this play is exactly what you're describing. So it's making me laugh. It's like in front of the defenders, stationary.
But Jeremy, can I ask you something? Do you know anybody 6'4", 28 years old who could throw a football 40 yards?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me he can't complete that pitch.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think even his biggest fans are using this play to say this is why we have to draft Ty. I don't think that Tank for Ty or Jack Me Off is saying this is why we should draft him. This is just the play, right? It's just one play.
But you know what, Jeremy? Hold that play right there.
Okay.
Okay. What color uniform do they wear?
Red.
No, red helmet,
white with red on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the wide open receiver behind them on that play?
The guy running a little deeper. Yeah.
Right. Now, anticipation throws, ability to hit the entire route tree. The problem with him is he doesn't have a anticipation right there, okay? Right there, he has that throw. He has that throw. He has the space with the safety back, looking at the quarterback. He has the receiver coming in. He would have had that throw if he did something with his eyes. He could have made him into an anticipation throw out. Okay? It's non-existent on his tape. The quarterback position has so many variable parts that this kid is only taking what is given to him. He's not thinking outside the box, Jeremy. And I'm telling you, that throw right there at the 46-yard line, if he looks him off, he has that throw. He could have looked down and set up that throw, Jeremy, and it's non-existent on this kid's tape. I know the quarterback position, Jeremy. I'm making this up as I go along.
Yeah. Hey, Joe the Jet. So this is this is a video on Ty Simpson specifically. We're doing Ty Simpson. We are going to do a Drew Aller video. I don't know if we have Notre Dame. I can only go with what I have. When we do the Drew Aller game video, and we do those, because we're going to try to do multiple games if we can, we are going to take his toughest games. So if we have Notre Dame, we'll take it. We will. But remember, we're doing specifically. We're right now looking at one quarterback at a time. This week it's Ty Simpson. We're going to do Drew Aller. We are not going to take an easy game. We're going to do one of his harder games. I promise.
Okay.
But thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And thank you for requesting a game, because I will look and see if I have the Notre Dame game.
Okay. I want to go one step further on that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to talk about Drew Aller today. Drew Aller threw an interception in the Notre Dame game, I believe. Lost him the game. That's what people talk about, right?
Mm-hmm.
The kid looked left, changed center, and tried to hit low ball a kid going right to left and make a high-end throw. That's exactly what happened there. You don't see that. You only see, quote-unquote, interception. I want you to go look at every interception and every missed interception from they already saw one, right? The guy hit him in the back.
Yeah.
Correct, Jimmy? In this game?
Right. There was always one. There's already one that should have been an interception.
Right. Now,
they happen.
You have to look. I'm going to go back to Tyler Shuck. Why everybody missed that kid. You know, the kid threw one brain-dead interception the entire year last year?
Wow.
You believe that?
He looked really good to me, man. I'm just saying. I know
the year before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The year before,
yeah.
Tyler Shuck on his film, because I do watch the film. I watch every play like this. Okay. Tyler Shuck had an interception where the receiver actually caught the ball and handed it to the defender. It looked like. Okay, it was horrible. He had missed interceptions, tip ball interceptions. Okay, you're looking at the wrong things, guys. You're looking at a team. You're looking at what's his name, Sam Darnold on an unprotected team, and you want to compare it to this. That's not fair.
Right.
That's exactly what the issues are with drafting a quarterback, and you want to undermine the value that we're putting into this particular quarterback by saying, oh, but that's not how you do it, guys. We're looking at Ty Simpson's faults. We're looking at Ty Simpson. We're not looking at Dante Moore. We're not looking at Drew Aller. We're not looking at Mensa. We're looking at Ty Simpson. Keep your eyes on the ball, because it's not going far. Let's go.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying, right? Clean pocket, protected, stationary receiver.
I hear you. This might be the same play. Yeah. Yeah, that number one receiver is like, man, I was wide open. It's best.
Now, what did you see there, Jeremy?
No, that was the same play. That was the same play.
Okay. You see the stationary. You see what I'm talking about, the moving targets. You're going to see 4 or 5 on this entire film. Okay, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to go there.
Yeah, I mean, look, and I'll replay this last play. Obviously, they're going to do it from a different camera angle.
What do you see, Jeremy?
I mean, it looks similar to the other throws he's making, but I mean, to their credit, I mean, again,
okay,
they're giving it to him. He's taking what they're giving to him. I know that doesn't prove he's an NFL quarterback, but it also doesn't tell me. But I also see that it's hard to draft the guy high when you're seeing the same kind of pass over and over again, and you're not seeing a million other types of passes that exist on the route tree that you want an NFL quarterback to be able to show you he could make. I'm looking for evidence. I don't think this is bad against him. He's making the plays he's running the plays he's being asked to play. He's executing the plays the way he's supposed to be executing the plays. I would like to see more evidence that he can make those other throws that you're talking about.
Okay. Now, Jeremy, great point again, like you always do. Okay. My thing is, right, if you go look at Zach Wilson's tape, they didn't even have him attempt in stride vertical throws in college because BYU knew he couldn't make those throws. This kid over here that tried to do 30 of those throws on tape. He missed them, Jeremy. That's what the issue is. Forget about leaving guys not trying to make throws, what we just saw. We're not even doing that. That's coachable. The arm count's not in this kid. Let's keep on going.
Yeah. Hey, Boss Carl, I like the guy. I think you should keep your eye on Miami next year and this quarterback Menza, who's transferred from Duke. I think you should just keep your eye on him. That's just, he was asking if there's any quarterbacks that I like.
I want to answer that too. Yeah. The pre-draft hype, right?
Mm-hmm.
The hype. I do this on all the quarterbacks. I looked at a particular thing. I put out a short on Menza. I don't want subscribers. I'm not looking for money. The only thing, if they want to hire me and you, Jeremy, one day, I'd love to do it. Listen, Menza has more things on a 3-minute highlight film than this kid has on his entirety of film. No, I'm not being hard, Jeremy. Of things that you look for in a quarterback, I'm saying. Throwing a guy open on his deep ball, throwing a guy open, showing an anticipation, being under pressure and hitting the guy in stride, a continuation play when the play's dead, okay? That's where you look for a quarterback. Have we seen any one of those so far?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Right?
Okay, let's watch this next play. Okay, now I'm going to say on the surface, this looks like a very nice play. It's down the middle, though. I know it's down the middle.
You didn't see it yet.
Okay. It looks like a very good play to me.
Right, and I'm going again to the same exact thing I'm saying. Yes, it's a completion, right? It's a nice play. This is what we say. Where's the ball, Jeremy?
In the middle of the field.
Where's the ball?
Right in front of him.
Right. Where is the receiver? He's wide open. Where is he? He's stationary, Jeremy.
Well, you're
missing. You understand what I'm saying? You could pick and choose plays. It's right in this film. It's the same thing. Look at him stop, getting ready to catch the ball. The receiver, the point, the player, where he has to throw the ball is all there. The anticipation and the actual touch is missing. Right or wrong?
Well, this one he threw it a little bit before he got there.
Right. But do you see where the ball is? It's directly in front of him. That perception is an issue with him.
Okay, so one thing, though, that separates him from like a guy like Justin Fields is Justin Fields, when he had any kind of success with Pittsburgh, it was because he wasn't allowed to throw the ball up the middle. They only let him throw out, right? Or was it the opposite? Maybe he, too, was only allowed to throw up the middle. Okay, I take that back. But I don't know. I mean, again, I understand what you're saying, and again, I'm looking for evidence that I could draft this kid. I have nothing against this pass that he made, except for because so far everything we're looking at looks so similar. I'm still waiting for a down the sideline touch pass. I mean, we're talking about drafting a guy when people say at 16 or trading up for 33. Before I use that kind of capital, I'm looking for, okay, I see he could do these kind of passes in front of him. I see he could do this. I just want to see him throw a touch pass down the sideline or anticipate, like you're saying, throw it to a spot or throw the receiver open. Have him throw it early enough that you see the receiver break towards the pass.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I'm looking for.
I'm going to explain. Right. What you said is exactly on his entirety of film. This is what I'm saying. I watched every play. He has one nice vertical or two nice verticals going short verticals up the right sideline, but they're directly on the right sideline, Joe. He's throwing it right shoulder where he's supposed to place the ball, okay? But he's throwing it to that exact point. My issue is that, listen to this one right now, guys. The kid doesn't have a fade route on his film.
So Jack Meoff is saying, talk about his feet moving with his eyes.
Right. His feet moving with his eyes is coachability, guys. That's coachability. I want to finish this thing, right? He doesn't have one single fade route on his film, John.
Okay.
But he doesn't have, did you see a back shoulder throw yet?
No.
Okay. Guess what? I think he has one that you could consider as a back shoulder throw on the entire year. You see, we're looking at what's draftable and what's not draftable. Mechanics is not draftable, guys. It's not. That's coachable. That's a big difference. If the NFL, 90% of total quarterbacks fail drafted into the NFL. The NFL has looked at the position the same way for 100 years. Mm-hmm. The experts are wrong every single play. They're wrong. How much, Jeremy?
Well, I mean, quarterbacks are pretty much 50-50, even when you pick them in the top 5. I think most of the time, I think it would work out to 50-50. If you're saying not just they make it as in the NFL, but like that they're actually, a franchise quarterback, like oh my God, we got a really great top 10 quarterback. I think that even if you draft a quarterback in the top 5, at best it's 50-50, right?
Right. Overall, any draftable quarterback might get 10% all rounds combined, all quarterbacks ever. High-end quarterbacks, you got to look at the qualities, why that quarterback. Now, this is exactly why people miss on it then. Look at his eyes, look at his speed. Okay. I'm not being harsh. I want you to pay attention, okay? This is the son of a coach. If he isn't doing it properly or having great mechanics, okay? Look, I want you to pay attention to this play too, okay? That's important.
Okay, he's rolling.
Run it back, and I'm going to finish my statement first. Okay, hold on for a second. We're going to talk about that play. There's certain things that are coachable, certain things that are not coachable. If you're the son of a coach and you can't do pre-snap reads when your father is a college coach, and you could do, have decent mechanics and decent footworks and matching your feet with your eyes, how does that make him draftable? If you could give Jeremy, he could be a quarterback, and he doesn't have that coachability factor, but he plays the position. Jeremy has much more of a growth thing, guys. That is not a draftable aspect. This is why people miss. Now, I'm also going to go back to being at Alabama and the play calling. This particular play is his chosen play going right to stationary throw, guys. When I say I look at every play, you're going to see, if we watched every one of his plays, you're going to see this exact where he stopped and where he's throwing to. You're going to see it on his film 3 times. Okay, it's a stationary receiver. They're setting up this kid's play, and not only are they doing it, they're doing it on his pressured throws. When he feels pressured, he does exactly what he is coached to do. The kid is not playing on his own. He's playing by what the coaches are telling him. And that's not where you find a quarterback. You need to ad-lib your plays. You need to be able to think on your own and keep on going. Now, this is looking at his entirety of his film. Guys don't do that, guys. The NFL constantly misses quarterbacks because the difference between coachability, okay, there's a difference between developing a quarterback. Everybody says develop, right? The actual quarterback is inside the quarterback, guys. Coaching a quarterback is a totally different thing. That's where the NFL misses. Now let's keep on going, bud. You good?
I'm good. A pretty good play right there. Just a regular play that ends up being a great yak play. Yeah. So I mean, again, there's not much to say, right? No one's going to draft him because of this, and no one's going to criticize him because of it. It's just a play. Really well designed play. They were doing really good in the beginning of the year, Alabama. These are much better games. Let me see. So Joe, the Jet 6560 is saying, if Ty Simpson is the pick, how screwed are we?
Well, I don't understand. Didn't he say going not to GM before? Was this him?
Yeah, I know. It's weird. I guess I think that he might not think much of you, but he also doesn't think much of Ty Simpson, or he's being facetious. I don't know. I appreciate the super chat. I think that I'm going to say it in a less judgmental way or a less biased way towards Ty Simpson. I'm just going to say it like this. If we use a high value pick on a quarterback and miss in any year, this year or next year, if we use a high value pick and miss, we're screwed. It's not even Ty Simpson. I'll just say that in general. If we miss the next quarterback in the draft, the next time we use a valuable asset, a valuable pick on a quarterback, if we miss, this whole rebuild could crumble. And that's probably a very Captain Obvious statement. Okay.
I'm going to add one thing to that. Genie, you're a genius.
I'm a genius?
You are a genius. I want to add one thing to that. We talked about hero ball, Sam Darnold. Mm-hmm. I would be inclined to use all our picks. People don't understand the value of drafting the right quarterback this draft. Okay? Next draft is going to be a ton of people that they're going to hype. Mm-hmm. Jeremy, if you're staring at 3 picks in the first round, maybe 4 if they trade down, and there's 3 or 4 hyped quarterbacks, a hyped left tackle, a hyped this, how much trade down value do you have, Jeremy? If you hit, say, whose picks do we have? Say Dallas loses their quarterback and they're picking top 5. Indianapolis, messes up and they're picking top 10. How much trade value do you have for those 2 picks if you have your quarterback in house? You there?
Yeah. Not much.
A whole bunch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's keep on going.
One question, Mr. Bruno had a question for you. So can you ask him, has Simpson reached or is close to his ceiling based on being the son of a coach?
He's basically at the highest level that he could be. You know, here's the thing, guys. This is what I have an issue with, right? On talent is not coachable. This is what people miss. That's why they miss the quarterback position. And I'm going to go back to Herbert. Jeremy, does Herbert have on talent?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, Marino has on talent, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. The definition of real on talent, you can't coach throw processing and you can't coach on talent. You can't. You could have repetitions, and I'll give you the perfect example. We witnessed Justin Fields drop back his first game and hit Garrett Wilson for a long touchdown. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Justin Fields is a one-speed thrower of football. They practiced that particular play 3 zillion times during the summer. He hit it. Go look at the rest of the times throughout the year at him looking at a wide open receiver and thinking about, this is the key part where they miss, thinking about what type of throw he needs to make or if he can make the throw. That's what you guys miss on the quarterback position, which is huge. Going back to Herbert, Shuck went to Oregon at that time. The coaches usually draft they usually pick similar quarterbacks at a college program. They knew Shuck had on talent. Okay, the ability to match the ball at a throw. Let's keep on going.
Yeah, if we're gonna watch any other game, we have to just let it run. I think at some point.
Well, you know what, Jeremy? If you want to really look, because I haven't showed you what I really don't like about the kid.
Okay, is there a different game for that, or is it going to come in this game?
Well, I don't think you have it. It's South Carolina. It's an easy one, but we're going to keep on going. Also, you know, he played 1 year. He was injured for heck. Still nothing draftable, correct?
I mean, there's nothing that's making me jump out of my seat yet. I'll admit that. But I will say he's coachable, like you're saying, because he's executing the plays. He's throwing, you know, like I like guys who could throw touchdown passes from the 8-yard line, you know, like when they could find the receiver.
Right there. Bring that back.
Okay. Well, have a different camera angle. Here we go. Same play.
You like guys that could throw touchdown passes from the 50-yard line?
Well, of course I like that. I like guys who could throw passes from the 50-yard line. Yeah.
Okay. Now, forget about the incomplete. If you go back to the play, that is his escape play right there, left. He has that 3-4 times on film. They coached that play. Jeremy. If you look at the receiver where he is, you're going to catch the same exact escape route. He's going to stop exactly where he is, and he's going to throw the ball as hard as he can to a planted receiver that's not on the move. Okay? Yeah. I know what I'm looking at, guys. This is consistency. I'm not a stubborn guy. I'm not unbiased. I'm looking at the film. It's consistent. Could he become a game manager after a year or two of coaching? I'm not putting that. What I'm saying, I have a thing of saying draftable, undraftable. Okay? I'm only drafted 9 quarterbacks in the past 5 years. Total.
Right.
Okay?
Well, I mean, and that's on par with how many quarterbacks actually succeed.
There you go, right there. Bingo. Bring it back.
Right. People. Yeah. People.
Okay?
Well,
I want you to look at this throw. Look how hard he threw this throw. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Look how hard he throws his throw. Look at the trajectory. There's no chance to get this ball completed.
But it looks like he did it because the defender was so close. He was trying to.
I understand that, but every throw on his film comes out that way. Okay? Every throw comes out at that particular that particular trajectory. He doesn't have, that's his only attempted type throw there. Okay? That's the trajectory of the ball. He could have put that ball a yard to the right, a yard to the left, put it where it's catchable. He doesn't have it on film. Okay? You could say, okay, he's pressured. I'm talking about on his entirety of film, the kid does not have a fade route, and every throw comes out at that particular level. He hit the guy in the back of the jersey again. Pressure, no pressure, Jeremy. I'm talking about his entire film. Do you see it or no?
I'm seeing what you're saying. Like I'm not seeing something different.
But that's what they say. You know what? Oh, we got to pause it one more second, okay?
Okay.
The NFL's a money league. The NFL's a money league, guys. People are paid to promote quarterbacks. We're not getting paid $1 for this, okay? I mean, Jeremy didn't even make enough to get pizza money. They're paid to promote these guys. Alabama getting drafted is a lot of money to the NFL. There's profit sharing, guys. You put the right quarterback in the right place, they make a lot of money to the NFL. Zach Wilson, BYU, I hate to break it to you, you bought the hype, okay? There's a lot of money in BYU. I'm going to talk Mendoza. I like Mendoza. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna put him under the bus. I like certain things. I don't like certain things.
Mm-hmm.
The hype train on Mendoza, the value of the money on somebody drafting Mendoza is a lot of money, guys. That's why Jet fans think they get, okay, they dream. A lot of it is done on football decisions. It's based on the fact that we're Jet fans and we're going to continue to be Jet fans because it's in our blood. But actually winning the games, not even important to ownership, sadly. Obviously, they want to win, but money-wise, financially, Mendoza's probably going number one. And just the money alone on the decision is worth it, even if he tanks. And I'm not talking about the quarterback. I'm talking about the financial thing. And that's why I saw through the hype is that. Let's keep on going.
Oh, a lot of people would say that's a beautiful play right there.
I can't see you yet. Where is it?
It's playing. You can't see it? What do you see right now on your screen?
No, I'm seeing it now.
Oh, that was a stationary target, though.
This is what I'm talking about. It's the same thing, Jeremy. You look where he stopped. No, but you saw where he threw the ball.
It's right in front of him to a stationary target. Right in front of him to a stationary target facing him. I think it's just fun. I think it's funny. It's funny to see what
is his pressure play. That right there. Continuation plays are non-existent.
I wouldn't say they're non-existent, but they're hard to rely on.
No, Jeremy. When I say they're non-existent,
yeah,
I looked at the tape. That right there is an extension play.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I'm not being harsh. When I say I look at every play, Allen made 1,003 throws, right? Something like that. It doesn't take long. If we sat down and actually looked at the plays and let them run, it'll take a novice 4 hours. It's easily available anywhere. Okay?
So Danger Zone comes in and he says that he's loving Tony's accent. Sounds like he could bust some skulls.
I did 15 years in collections for the family. No, I'm kidding. I have a background where people had to pay me money. Okay. And I did a lot of, negotiating, things like that. But I'm very skilled on of seeing through the hype because people had to tell me the truth on whether they were going to pay me or not. I'm very good. I don't believe what people tell me, and I have to go look it up myself. And that's what I'm doing here.
But you definitely are someone that it's not impossible to, like, for Danger Zone, if he's wondering, to imagine walking into some pizza joint in New York and you're sitting in the back corner facing the window, not with your back to the window, with the pie in front of you on the table.
I'll be honest. I went yesterday to a pizzeria in Brooklyn. This is funny, right? And I'm talking to the guy, great guy. They own the pizzeria. And all of a sudden, this girl I know from the Bronx comes up and gives me a hug out of nowhere. Hey, what are you doing here? The guy thought I was connected.
That's great.
The way I talk.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? That's life. Let's go.
What are you going to do? Okay, here's a play. He drops back. Oh, he's under some pressure. He unloads it. Oh, he tried to throw it vertical. And look what happens.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's not even we're not even going to hold that one against him. Okay. The point is, he misses all of them, Jeremy.
Right, like if it's just one, every quarterback we're going to look at misses throws like that. What Tony is pointing out is you can watch every play of this guy, and except with the exception of one or two, maybe for the entire college football season, every time he's had to make a throw like this to a moving target, moving vertically, this has been the result. That's the point you're trying to make.
Right. Okay. The big boys with the big arms have a plan for their throw. That was backwards. That should have been a back shoulder throw where he placed the ball where he could stop. The kid doesn't have the throw processing skills. That's what I'm saying. He misses those consistently.
But then he gets away with it because on the next play, he just throws one of his in front of me throws and then gets a whole bunch of yardage. Looks like a champion in the box scores.
Now, here's the thing, though, Jeremy. You could take this kid. He could learn the playbook. Okay? You could support him fully. You could do a whole bunch of nice things. You might be able to get Sanchez level, but my point is you could find people, a different quarterback that could give you the same thing with more different upside. Right? We can't put high-end picks. We're throwing picks away, guys. It's not even,
I mean,
quarterback.
The one thing I'll say is, like, because when you keep saying Zach Wilson, but Zach Wilson was not coachable. Like, he kept doing the same thing. You must have been screaming at him to stop doing it. All the interceptions when he would chuck it. I'm gonna give this kid a lot more credit than that and say he's much more He's Jeremy, much more coachable.
I'm sorry, you didn't watch his entire film yet, though. Okay. I'll tell you Zach Wilson's thing in a nutshell, right? The kids throw stationary routes, just like we're saying. He has a couple, maybe 5 deep throws directly in front of him, no depth perception. He lived on back shoulder throws all over the field. He threw it to a point. Zach Wilson cost the Jets, okay? I'm telling you that. He cost the Jets 30 missed throws, cost them the playoffs. One throw, Detroit, cost them the playoffs. 30 missed throws cost the Jets 10 to 15 wins, okay, in the course of his career. That's why I want to stay away from this kid, because he can't hit those throws either. And the big one is that you did not see one timing throw on this kid's route. There's no anticipation out. We haven't seen one back shoulder throw yet. It's a hard thing. The mental aspect, Jeremy, you're 1,000% right. Well, how many things did Wilson do that you left scratching your head?
He did a lot of things that left me scratching his head. I think Boss Girl points it out great. I mean, the thing that used to drive me the worst about Zach Wilson was this: 30 yards backwards and take a sack, or throw an interception, or that was just the worst.
Right, exactly.
I don't see that in Ty yet, but you're saying you do. I don't see that kind of, Like, I don't see that in him.
Right. Well, you got to watch the entirety of his play. My thing is, Jeremy, he doesn't do anything outside of what we're seeing. That is not. I'm looking at drafting an elite quarterback, or I'm looking at drafting someone who has the potential to be an elite quarterback. That's what I've been watching the Jets forever. I'm tired of getting the wrong end of everything as a Jets fan. I want a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I think that's I think everybody has to understand that, because somebody said, "Oh, you don't sound very unbiased to me." Tony is unbiased to the player before he watches the film. He doesn't have an agenda. When he looks at every quarterback, he watches the film without bias, and he judges what he judges, and he sees what he sees. The reason he was on Shuck before anybody was on him, because he doesn't care about hype. He doesn't care what everybody's saying. He just looks at quarterbacks. And then, yes, after he watches the film, he develops a bias. So, yes, right now he has a bias against Ty Simpson based on watching film, in his opinion, and from what he sees, the way he evaluates quarterbacks. So when you see him saying something negative about Ty Simpson, that's not, "Oh, you said you had no bias." No. What I see and I know about him to be true is he doesn't go into film saying, "I really want to believe in this guy. I saw his highlights. I heard what the announcer said about him, and I'm going to see everything in the most positive light." No, he looks at every quarterback, even if we don't know the guy's name. He says guys I never heard of because he doesn't have bias. He just watches the quarterback. And he watches the film without bias. And then, of course, after he watches the film, you develop a bias. So that's the explanation for that.
Yeah, I put so much work into actually looking at the quarterbacks that statement actually unfazes me. If I go back, I'm going to bring up Trey Lance. Right? Great physical tools. Yes, Jeremy? Great physical tools. Okay. I told Jeremy Trey Lance was undraftable. Basically, right off the bat, the reason is because all he did was step back in a protected pocket behind one of the best offensive linemen producing schools. Okay? They produce linemen, and he was playing catch with who? The wide receiver that went to Green Bay. Every play looked exactly the same. He did not have any throws on the route tree. He didn't have a lot of what you need. He threw a very nice high-end vertical with touch. That he did do. Guess who can't do that? The one we're looking at right here. You haven't seen one, it's non-existent. I'm not being hard on the quarterback. I look at every single quarterback. My first draft, Trevor Lawrence is the only draftable quarterback. 22, 23, I'm not drafting anybody. I'm taking two or three longer shots, okay? I'm not touching them, okay? Right. There's a reason, guys. I'm not being biased. I'm talking every quarterback. I'm only drafting 9 quarterbacks of the past 5 years. My success rate is, since 300 were drafted and only 25 started, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So we're going to run the film again. I see him. He escapes the pocket. He's running. He's going to throw it in front of him. I knew he was going to do that. The question is, will that work in the NFL? Can you get away with this? Can you get away with every time he gets flushed out of the pocket? Reminds me of Zach. He throws it right in front of him to a guy running across the field with him. The problem I have with this personally, I'll chime in on my opinion of this. The problem I have with it, maybe it's not, I'm not saying it as eloquent. I'm just saying my concern with it. When I see a guy break left and then throw it to a guy running alongside of him, is that I know that doesn't work in the NFL if you do that every time. Because we've had a quarterback who did that. And it didn't work because in the NFL, they know how to defend that. That's my concern. It's a concern. I'm not saying that he does that every time. Like he always breaks left and does that. I'm not saying he can't do other things. I'm just saying it's a trigger for me. It's a trigger for me because I watched another quarterback on our team do that, and I know it doesn't work in the NFL. So I have to see more from him. He hasn't done anything that makes me say, personally for me, he hasn't done anything that makes me say he stinks, he's not good, he can't be drafted, he can't be a good NFL quarterback. This is my take. I'm saying that I'm almost trying to challenge Tony. I'm looking for evidence that Tony is wrong. Like you guys are. I'm looking for him to do something to say, well, that is different. And this play was not that. This play was him doing exactly what Tony is claiming, whether you agree with him or not.
Okay. So, I mean, not only don't I agree with you, here's my issue. When people look at quarterbacks, they look at reasons to draft the quarterback. They'll pick a player too. They'll try to sell you a quarterback. I'm telling you what this kid can't do. There's a difference. Now, that play right there, that's not a draftable play, guys. It's not. You're fully expecting your guy to do that. Now, we're looking through the film. Put it in pause one last second, and then we'll run, okay? Here's my thing. Okay, we're looking through the film. You're going to find us on his entire, I'm telling you because I saw it, on his entire film. We saw the drop pass that should have been caught that I didn't like the location of his deep ball. He has one deep vertical post in front of a defender. He has two going up the right sideline between 25 and 30 yards directly on the sideline. I'm pre-telling you, okay? I'm telling you ahead of time what you're going to see on this film. The reason is, there you go. Okay, the reason is, okay, is people look for that one particular play and say, oh, wow, he could do it all the time. Meanwhile, you watch Zach Wilson, same four highlights over and over on a reel that they try to sell you the kid. That's why you miss at the quarterback. This kid has 30 missed vertical throws on film. 30. And you're going to see him. Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah, and I want to say nothing was wrong with that play in the sense of nothing was wrong with that play for me. It was what I'm saying is only that that's not the play that's going to make me want to draft him. Like a quarterback running to his left and throwing to a guy running across the field does not make me want to draft him. It makes me nothing to say bad about him, but that's not what I'm saying. Oh my God, we have to draft that guy. I'm not because he made that play, because he's able to run left and throw to a guy in front of him. And that's the truth for every quarterback who does it. Anytime in college I see a quarterback rolling and throwing it to a guy that's running across the field in front of him, I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't mean anything to me. To me, it has nothing to do with me thinking, oh, that means they're going to be a good NFL quarterback. It doesn't mean they're going to be a bad one. It's just not evidence of why I'm going to draft them. I just want to clarify that.
Okay, before you press the button, great point, Jeremy. There's more throws. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. There's more throws on Taylor Green's film. Listen to this carefully. Rolling out left and continuation plays than probably every quarterback other than three quarterbacks in this draft combined. Okay? Combined. People miss the quarterback position all the time. Okay, we could go. Anything there draftable?
Yeah, I mean, it's just I understand. I understand what we're doing here. We're looking because I just don't want people to get confused and think, oh, what are they doing? They're criticizing that play, and he did everything right in that play for that play. Versus, we're looking for a quarterback who can do things that other quarterbacks can't do. Like if he's doing something that every other quarterback could do, it doesn't mean anything. Right? I mean, it's you could check the box. Okay, he's functional. He does what all the other quarterbacks that are can play quarterback do. But I'm looking, when I get excited about a draft prospect, I'm looking for a quarterback who's in a small bracket of quarterbacks where you see passes that you don't see 90% of the other quarterbacks making consistently, and they are. Like, you know what I mean? Like the full route tree, touch passes down the sideline are probably my favorite. End zone corner passes like that are everybody has their own preference. Those are the ones that excite me the most because I think that there are very few quarterbacks who can consistently do that.
You need about 1 or 2 per game in a college quarterback.
Yeah. Well, that play we just saw was a trick play. Like it was a play to a big fat offensive lineman who barreled through. I mean, again, so that play, obviously no one's going to sit there and say you draft him because of that, because he threw a 2-yard pass behind the line of scrimmage. But again, it's not a negative on him. It's just not a reason I'm going to draft him. I mean, that's the difference. And I think some people are taking this the wrong way. They're saying, oh my God, you're criticizing him. No, we're not criticizing the play. We're just saying it's not an NFL draftable play. We're looking for plays that say, oh, yeah, that's why I want to draft that guy. Right?
You're going to see a handful of NFL draftable plays on every quarterback. Every quarterback.
Yeah. And I want to say this is exactly what I'm trying to say. Right? The guys that are doing all the things that they should be able to do are all dart throws that you could do in the mid rounds that are draftable guys. But when you're talking about a first-round pick, you're looking for somebody and saying, what are they doing that's different? What are they doing that's more? Right? And that's why, I do have a bias. When I see a guy from Alabama, when I see a guy from Ohio State, from Oregon, I really look harder. I'm very skeptical because it's every single year. It's all I hear. Will Howard. Like it's one after the other. It's just like every quarterback that plays for these teams is the next greatest thing. And if you look at historically, they're not. They're not. They were just playing in a perfect system. I'm looking for guys who go beyond the system. Guys who make the throws you don't see normally all the other quarterbacks make. Okay. Go ahead.
The big part of that is, guys, you're drafting a quarterback. Seriously. The quarterback does 2 things. He throws the football, he manages the game. Of course, you don't give credit for missing a simple throw or hitting a simple throw. You're looking for certain things on I saw Tyler Shuck roll out left, under pressure, throw ball cross body, okay? Under pressure. You're looking for certain special things from a quarterback. You're looking at the ability to throw a deep ball with purpose. It's non-existent with this kid. The kid doesn't have a plan with his deep ball. I'm not being harsh, guys. It's on the film, okay? You're going to hear criticism of basically every quarterback. Again, when you see, okay, we're not watching anything draftable from a quarterback.
Right.
This is a hype job, same as every other hype quarterback. I'm not holding it against Simpson. I'm just telling you what you have to look for.
Yeah. And I'm never going to criticize a quarterback for running the ball into the end zone from the 2-yard line. But very rare is it ever going to make me get excited about him to say draft him. Like, so this touchdown right here, not criticizing it. It's fine. I have no complaints about it. Love to see that a quarterback's not a spaz and that he's able to move. He's able to do it. But I mean, if you're saying this is why we have to draft him, I mean, come on. You know what I mean? We see this every single every college football game, right?
You don't have any Miami fans, right? In here now?
Do we have any Miami fans in here now?
No.
Miami Hurricane fans.
We're going to stop. We're going to go through this film. We're going to get 4 or 5 great plays, and we're going to send it to Miami for them to draft a quarterback. Okay? Anybody could show you a couple of highlights of a quarterback and make you draft them. I could find you 5 plays from this kid that you can make him draft.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that the things that you need to see aren't existent, Coach.
Yeah, I would. I'd like to thank Danger Zone for gifting a membership. I don't know who got it, but congratulations to whoever just got the membership gifted to them. It may have been Tank for Ty, because it looks like he went green suddenly. So it doesn't really tell me, but maybe it was Tank for Ty. So thank you for doing that, Dano. I appreciate it. If anybody wants to gift memberships, you're free to do it.
Okay, let's keep on going.
Okay, let's see. Now he's running for his life. He throws it to a guy. Guess where the guy is? And I understand. Okay, nothing wrong with that play. Okay, but you can't sit there and say anything positive like of why you draft him, right? Because the guy, look at the guy. No one's covering him.
This is another film, guys.
Nothing wrong with it, though. He did nothing wrong on that play. He did everything right, but I'm just saying it's coachable, right? He's coachable. We know he's coachable. We know he's smart. We know that he's going to take exactly what somebody gives him. We know that, and you saw it on that play. He's running. He's got a guy wide open. He throws him the football. He does it perfectly. Nobody's saying it didn't, right? Okay, good play. Not drafted him for it. I'm not going to criticize him for it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Jeremy, number 74.
Oh. Guys, we should... Yeah, you're right. That's a really good point. Hold on. We should be looking at the offensive lineman while we're watching tape.
No, he caught the pass.
Oh, that was 74 caught the... Okay.
I think so, right?
Oh, that was the other one before. Yeah, the left tackle. Yeah.
I believe so. He's considered... I heard Cleveland might even take him in the first round. That's Proctor, right?
You're right. You're right. I forgot to even pay attention to that. I'm looking at Alabama's center. I'm always looking at centers, like fourth round centers, because we definitely need a future center. Look at 72. He owned his guy. I love it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now, getting off that topic, right? You got a left tackle that's supposedly going in the first round. You have a center that you like, correct?
Yeah.
There's another, I believe, guard who might be drafted in the 5th or 6th round. I don't know. He has a second round, third round wide receiver. I hate to break it to you guys, but the Ty Simpson stacked the box for Alabama with his inability to hit the deep throw. You see what he just did? Clean. He has the throwing lane. You've been following the trajectory of his passes. Every single one came out the same level, guys.
So Tank for Ty, thank you for gifting Jets membership. We'll find out who I got. I don't know if Johnny Boy got it or if he was already a member. But thank you for gifting a membership. Let us know who got it so we can call that out. But thank you, Ty for Ty. Appreciate the support for the channel. So this, you saw this pass, right? While you were talking, I was running this.
Right. It's still clean. The kid makes nice reads, okay? But I'm looking trajectory. I'm looking at the delivery, the easiness of the play. I'm looking draftable stuff, Jeremy. That's what my thing is.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, it's a nice play. It's a nice throw. So it's a nice play. That's what it is. It's just a nice play. He executed it nicely. That's what's there to say.
That's not where you find your quarterback.
No. I'm not running and saying I'm drafting him because of it, but I'm saying that's something he could do. We know he could do it. The guy is running across the field. He could hit him. You know, like he could do it. He could, like, the guy could play. Like, as far as he could play quarterback, obviously. I mean, the guy has success. You know, and again, I could, because I don't even think you're saying that he's not draftable in the draft. You're saying that you don't want him in the first or second round, is what I'm hearing, right?
Okay, here's the thing, right? As in the Jets position, I want no part. I'm a Jet fan, okay? There's a difference between drafting a quarterback for the Jets and drafting a quarterback, period, okay? There's no reason to bring the Alabama hype to New York, and have any type of thing going on with two quarterbacks, I'm not touching Ty at all in New York. He is a good prospect to go to certain places. He would be a great Denver Bronco guy to sit behind Bo and learn the game with a great coach because their skill sets are basically similar. Nick throws a better deep ball, but on talent-wise, a lot of the brain stuff, Nick's is very advanced brain-wise. We couldn't sit down and talk to these guys. I mean, I can't go talk to Wilson or Ty, right?
Right.
Right. The right situation for the right quarterback. I'm a diehard Jets fan, and I don't want to mess this up, guys. I don't. I want to draft. I've never really had an elite quarterback as a Jets fan. I lived with O'Brien was okay. Pennington would have been great. We rented a couple. Testaverde was okay for us, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I want an elite quarterback prospect. That's it.
Yeah. It's another just another play. Another play.
Somebody keeping our eye on Proctor for us?
I want to see that where did this ball go? Maybe we'll get a better angle at it.
There you go. Look how he did it. Right? Look where he went. Look where he threw the ball from. You saw the same thing on the same exact play. Okay? Look where he goes. Look where he stops 3 times. Same exact thing. Okay? Forget this throw that it was off target. Okay? There is consistency with how he makes every play, Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing out. There's no off platform. There's not a lot there, guys. Let's keep on going. You saw what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, obviously, no one's happy about that play. My problem with it is it feels like every time he goes down the freaking sideline, that's the result. That's my problem right now. Every time it's not in front of him, every time he has to throw it across somewhere, it's not accurate. I'm waiting for him to be able to throw it where it's not to a guy in front of him. That's all I'm saying.
Can I ask you one thing, Jeremy? Yeah. What are you going to do with that one throw? If you see 30 bad ones and you find 2 good ones, what are you going to say after that?
Well, I'm going to say it's not consistent enough.
Right.
But I mean, that's a concern for me. I'm not going to lie. It's a serious concern for me when he doesn't have a guy in front of him and he has to actually throw it a different direction away from him. I'm not seeing a lot of it. It's one game, but you're telling me that you've watched all the games and this is consistent. Right. And I obviously have to believe and trust that because we don't have time to show every game.
You know what, Jeremy? If we had time to show every game, you could just see here, there's not one thing that I would say Ty Simpson could do that 90% of the quarterbacks that didn't make it in football. Okay, I'm going real now, okay? I don't see anything different. I don't see the extension plays, okay? I don't see a lot of things that you're supposed to look for. I don't see off platform. I don't see him moving targets. I don't see anything, guys. Now you're going to find 1 or 2, and you're going to say, wow, okay, that's it. There you go, right there.
Right. So this is supposed to be a touch pass, right?
Right. Okay. Now you know what? He ran out. Now here's my thing, right? The receiver might have ran out of time, out of space or whatever. He's under a little pressure. Okay. Where's the ball going? Okay, he was under pressure. We'll use this one as an excuse. But 3 times so far in his tape, he attempted a pass like that, correct? Right?
Yeah. The sideline passes are a concern for this game.
Jeremy, all the passes down the field are a concern. There's no plan for his ball. That was a tough play. It's okay. He's threw it out of bounds.
Right. Right. No, I never judge a guy on one play. Like, we're going to find every single quarterback, the ones we love, the ones we hate, the ones we're medium on, every single quarterback we look at when we're watching film of an entire game, they're going to miss throws. Right. So it's
the situation, Jeremy? We keep on pausing. Okay, that particular throw there, an elite quarterback gets rid of it quicker, and he has a place to throw it to. The throw processing with this kid is not there.
Mm-hmm.
People don't believe me when I say I look at film. I'm telling you exactly. I'm not a genius, guys. I'm not. I learn from our mistakes, our Jet fan mistakes. I do. I literally do.
I know. I believe you.
You're with me, right, Chairman?
I'm with you.
Right. That's exactly where I get my info. Why do we make a mistake drafting a quarterback? You know what? We should have never traded Sam. We should have never drafted Zach. He can't hit a moving target. We could go up the line. Okay? Aaron Rodgers won't work here. Why? I told you, no offensive line. The guy's going to get killed. He got hurt his first play.
Yeah.
Not because I'm a genius, guys. Trust me. It's because I actually studied the game. But anybody could do this. Anybody. We could do this together for a couple of weeks. We'll all be geniuses together. Seriously, Tommy, you're not seeing what I'm seeing?
No, I look. It's right in front of us. And then look, he's great at completing these passes, though, right? I mean, when it's in front of him.
But it's not draftable.
Right. It's not the reason. I mean, you have to see more. You have to see more in order to be able to draft him. Right. You can't just, I got to see him be able to complete more passes in the route tree. I agree with that. I mean, it's not having a bad game. He's putting up a lot of points against a great defense because he's very coachable and he's making the plays he has to make. That's not a reason to draft a quarterback with a first round pick, right? I mean, it's a little high, right? That was too high. So here's another one where he's going across the field. That was too high. See, a story is being told.
And the receiver was stationary. Right?
Yeah. That's just too high.
And that was a back shoulder throw, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that was his first one you saw attempt on film. He missed it. The timing is not there. Okay, he missed one throw. Guys, I'm telling you, in the entirety of his film, I believe he completed one of them. And I don't even know if it was a real back shoulder throw. But if he can't hit back shoulder throws, he can't hit verticals. You guys want to put a top 2-round pick on him?
Yeah. That was a nice play. I don't have any problem with that throw. Put it
right. And where was the throw, Jeremy?
No, it's just, I don't know. I mean, it's saying that was just a play. But
no, look at the point. You see the defender?
Yeah.
He needs to throw it to an exact location on the field. He used the defender and the receiver as to find the location, okay? Like a mathematician, because he can't hit vertical passes. It's non-existent. Look where he threw the ball, and look where he had to throw the ball. Stationary receiver, even though he was going, he stopped the receiver at that point. Throwing actually vertical is going to be a major issue for this kid. Let's keep on going.
It was a very good pass right there. Give the kid some credit. Very nice play. Look at this beautiful pass.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was one of his better passes of the game, for sure. That might
It's
be
not passable. Can I say one thing though? Right?
No, I'm just commentating and saying that was the best pass so far I've seen. That's
now here's the thing: I'm drafting a quarterback. Right? Roll that back and look at that defender. You there?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay. You see, when you look at the quarterbacks, right, you need to look at the entirety of the play. This is what people do. Jeremy, I know you understand the game. I want you to look at the defender on this play ahead of him, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to look at the trajectory of this ball. Mm-hmm. Look how low that ball is, okay? You saw the defender almost take it away, right? Yes?
Did he? Hold on.
No. Look at the guy jumping, like trying to attempt to knock down the ball. It's right there in front of you, know?
No, I just want to look at it again.
Number 3, I think.
He jumped up and tried to knock it down. He didn't get it, but
right. Okay, NFL. What I'm telling you is the trajectory of his balls. You always see that on his play because he doesn't throw a touch pass. He doesn't throw it early with anticipation. This is not knocking the quarterback. You could go through film and see, okay, he made the right read. That's coachable. Does he make the right throw at the right time? This is what you guys have to look at when you're drafting a quarterback. I could explain a perfect play. That's a great route, great, everything nice. He made the throw, okay? I'm saying, does the throw meter in his head, is it able to get the throw there on the right play all the time? This is his best throw of the game. It is. It's the best throw of the game. NFL defenders are going to take this trajectory ball and tear him apart, Jeremy. Sounds harsh, right?
It's harsh.
But is it true? That's what you got to look at.
So these are just plays. Nothing to talk about, good or bad. Under pressure, right in front of him, but under a lot of pressure. So I'll give him credit for at least getting rid of the ball and throwing it well. He was under serious pressure here. So I'm not saying I would draft him for it. I'm saying I like it though. I like that he was able to execute the play, even though he didn't crumble. Lots of time on that one. Looked like he was trying to go vertical. Let's look. I'm going to stop it. See where that ball went. See if it was his fault.
And then the offense not high level either, Johnny.
Yeah. So what do you say is wrong with this? Because it looks like I mean, it's not perfect, but it doesn't look like this terribly inaccurate pass by any means.
What do you mean? I'm talking about the arm strength.
This one coming right here. I'm going to pause it.
Okay. You have natural arm strength, right? Arm talent plus arm strength. Mm-hmm. Simpson needs to throw. Look how hard he throws that ball. That's fine. Maybe it's fine on this play. I mean, it's a tough throw. My thing is that the arm strength is like, I don't play video games. It would be like 95% of the power he has. He needs, what happened?
Nothing.
I think they whacked this.
Really? Oh, it said no. Did they? Guys, are we off?
Yeah, it says policy.
Shit. Should I hope they didn't shut my channel down permanently or anything?
No, I thought they would do that. Well, you want to shut down?
Yeah, hold on. Let me end the stream.